Hello and welcome to my channel. In today's episode I am going to be creating the Burb family house. Now I know in the Sims 2 bio it says they've came from the city, but in the Sims 3 they were living in an island neighborhood, not really tropical, but their bio said they were sailing around the world, so I just assume that now they've decided to settle on Sulani for a short term. So I decided that I'd rather have them in Sulani over San Myshuno, just as there aren't enough families being placed in Sulani, and not a lot of families at all even have in their bio or have in their information that they've been to a tropical place. So I've decided to place them here, just as it could be this is still part of them just kind of sailing. So I am now just building the house. I wanted kind of a modernish house mixed with the Sulani sort of feel. Although I'm from New Zealand, so technically some of the items that Sulani is based on, some of them are based on New Zealand's culture, but the houses in this place doesn't really look anything like New Zealand. But some of the objects that they use, as well as the little cooker that is a New Zealand object, is called a hangi, where you cook your food in the ground. So I thought that was kind of cool, and there's a lot of like tiki masks, and yeah, so I kind of know, like I know a wee bit with like the Sulani influence just for the New Zealand sort of aspects, the Māori aspects, which is New Zealand's native. So it was kind of fun. I haven't actually played Sulani. I only bought the game when I decided that I was going to decide to do all these makeovers. I still don't own all the packs, but I bought all the packs that have all the neighborhoods in it, just because I had in my head that I really wanted to split up all the households and have them interacting with different neighborhoods and that, and if I didn't own them all then it would be a wee bit hard. So that's why I decided with the quarantine sales to buy some Sims packs and finally start this, because I've been planning it for so long and I was just sitting there writing out bios, writing out all of that, and it's like I might as well just get into it and then do all that other extra stuff. But I have made sure that I've planned where every single family is going to go, and all of that's planned. I have that on my Tumblr if you want to, you know, pre-see where I've planned for each household. I have just uploaded pictures where I've put where each house is going to go, where each family. But there's going to be a lot of Sims, some from like mainly Sims 2, but a wee bit from Sims 1 as well, and then I think one family from Sims 3. But I'm contemplating if I want to bring in the Altos or not. I wasn't really a big fan of Sims 3's like pre-made Sims, so I can't really remember them at all. But just looking on like Sims fandom and all of that, I could see that the Altos were quite a main family from Sims 3. I did play Sims 3 and I had all the packs, but I mainly just focused on my own Sims in that one. And plus I'm not a big fan of the third one. To be honest, I sold all the games I had and I still don't miss it. So here I am trying to add as much of the Sulani like greenery. I really wanted like a lot of plants and a lot of tropical trees, just to give that like tropical sense of, give the island vibes. I was gonna use the windows from the pack, but I just wasn't a big fan of them, so I kind of mixed them with modern windows and the island living windows. I try to mix like both elements, because like I said, I wanted it modern mixed with like the island vibe. So this could be like quite a new house, or maybe a house that the Burbs built, or maybe the Burbs bought this house and it was looking like a more traditional house, but they decided to modernize it a wee bit. So that's why I used the roofs as those sort of windows, just to like give it more modern sort of edge. I put the island living windows on the back just because it seemed like a wee bit of invasion of like privacy, and I also thought it would be like so cool just looking out into the ocean. Although I live near the ocean doesn't look like that. I wish the ocean looked that beautiful, but I guess that's more like tropical places look like. So now I'm just deciding on what I want the outside walls to look like. I kind of wanted it white, but then I decided to mix in some brick as well, just to kind of be like, maybe this was a new bit added on, the white's an older bit, and just to give it a wee bit more of like a modern looking feel, just because I don't really like houses that are completely done in just, you know, one outside wallpaper. I do like to mix and match, you know, the outside walls. Yeah, I later went and changed the fencing just because I was going to use that Sulani fencing, but I thought it was kind of ugly, to be honest, and I was trying really hard to use it, but I just decided I hate it so much, I'm just going to can it. So yeah, then I added some just outside little elements like the boat and the inflatable, I can't figure what, inflatable toys is what I call them, inflatable beds. As you can see, that annoying lady who brings the food showed up, so I had to quickly pause it before she could get onto the property. So yeah, just adding some of the debug items. Although 2 people showed up and got onto the property, so I used the teleporter just to teleport them in the corner, get them out the way. That's like, I love the look of Sulani, but that's where it's really annoying, is the guests come so quickly, it's like you don't even have time. So here's the finished results. Hopefully you like it, and I'll see you next episode where I'll be doing the interior. Thank you so much. See you.